Well, he was quite special because he stopped me. He did what Tyson Fury couldn't done, and he wasn't my day, and he's just way better than me today. So, yeah, it sucks, but it's the game. We all know that. It's the game. Huh? So in fact, I didn't feel the punch. I think that's what the knockout is about. I don't feel any pain.
Derek.
That's how I know I was knocked out.
What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, we just heard there from Francis Ngannou having a chuckle about the fact he got knocked spark out. Essentially, the questions were a bit quiet, but they were, Francis, how do you compare? You've sparred Joe Joyce, you've fought Tyson Fury, how do you compare what AJ did to you? And he said, listen, Fury could knock me out. And in fact, not only could Fury not knock me out, I put him down, and Fury didn't even rock. Fury did not even rock Ngannou. The shot bounced off him. There was no marks. We've all looked at the pictures after the Fury Ngannou fight. Fury's face looked like he'd been in a life and death. Ngannou's was... after the Fury Ngannou fight, I was talking about how Ngannou was Anunnaki. Ngannou had... what do they call it? Nano repairing skin follicles, skin cells. Just regen. He had the regenerating nanotech, Anunnaki tech from like 10,000 BC, the Egyptian things. He had that patterned into his skin. That's what we were saying. That's what the evidence scientific community were concluding. 2-2s, he goes in there, and I guess it must be one of them ones. There must be levels to Anunnaki, and it's now becoming somewhat apparent. AJ must also be from the god seed, the Promethean engineer seed. Because what I saw there, I don't know what to say, people. We've seen Ngannou in UFC. We've seen him in boxing with the top guy. And to be quite frank, even at the time that Fury fought Ngannou, Fury was considered a big puncher. If not the biggest, right? He knocked Wilder out. No one's knocked Wilder out, even Joe Parker. Joe Parker can't. He knocked Wilder, beat him up. And AJ, at that point, at the time of Fury versus Ngannou, AJ had fallen off. A lot of people would have said, I would have said, Fury's a bigger puncher than AJ. Oops. AJ goes in there, calm, and sent dude to Mars. Ngannou's leg was twist, people. Twist up. Yeah? Twist up. I used to have long hair, like an afro, when I was younger. And you'd go to the hairdresser, and they'd give you... the quality of hairdressing for long Afro-Caribbean hair is almost like how tight and how nimble you can get the twists. And I'm telling you now, yeah, an original Yardi hairdresser would be proud of the dexterity of the twist of Ngannou's leg. Dude, big dude as well, big buff dude will twist up. I've never seen such a big buff dude will twist up. Most people who are big and buff, yeah, they don't have flexibility. Look at this guy. Ngannou here, he dropping it low, leg twists. But fair play to Ngannou, he took it well, he owned it. He said, listen, dude sent me to Mars. How powerful was AJ's punch? I couldn't tell you, because I wasn't conscious. It's a bit silly thing to ask, really. How powerful was he? Well, how am I going to know? Yeah? My consciousness left my body in 0.0002 millisecond. How am I going to tell you about anything? Ngannou couldn't tell you about nothing. How you going to tell how he feels? He don't know. Yeah? Feelings are a conscious perception, right? Feelings aren't unconscious. You can't feel something you're not conscious about. You're unconscious. His consciousness had moved on to the ether. His consciousness had moved on to lay with his other fallen Anunnaki brethren. The Anunnakis have been knocking around for billions of years, people. There's a whole bag of them, man, in the next realm. And Ngannou went to that place. Although he did go to warriors. He went to the warriors, Valhalla. We went to Valhalla, he made it there, to be all due respect. He didn't politic, he didn't run. He stood there like the big oaf he is. Ngannou's a big oaf. He stood there like the big oaf he is and got knocked spark out. 21 gun salute. 21 gun salute for sure. Ngannou will be laid to rest with a 21 gun salute. Honourable service. AJ gave him an honourable passing. AJ gave him an honourable discharging. Yeah? Ngannou moves on to the next life honourably, based on what we saw there. And AJ is restored The landlord is back, people. The landlord is back to govern. There's been a whole bunch of goofies. Oh, YB, you're an AJ hater. I was never a hater. I was never a hater of what we saw there. I was a hater of a big old dude who I believed. In fact, a lot of you man, yeah, YB are a hater. A lot of you man who call me a hater. A lot of you man who like to go on. Yeah, you ain't have no coin up. The fact is, the YB had a bag on AJ to wash Usyk clear last. And AJ didn't lose to Usyk because he was trying, was he? Yeah? Listen, I have no problem losing money if a man's having a go. Or if a man gets knocked spark out. I lost money on Ngannou. Have you heard me drag him? I'll make some jokes like he's a big oaf or whatever, but that's more banter. I'm not mad at him. Because he did what he's supposed to do. Yeah? You win. Or you fight trying to win. Or you get knocked spark out trying to win. Either or works for me. I'm happy either way. Obviously, I would have preferred for Ngannou to win if he was good enough. Because it helps my monetary situation. It helps my dire coin situation out. But outside of that, I'm not fussed. Yeah? That's what he signed up to do. He signed up to win or get knocked spark out doing so. And he got knocked spark out doing so. So, dum, 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 trumpet. Dum, 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 1 and 1. Salute him. You have to salute him. Yeah? We must drape his coffin in the flags of, where's he from? Cameroon, wherever he's from. 100%. His coffin must be draped in Cameroonian flags. Because he did make it to Valhalla. Yeah? He travelled well. All the way there. AJ sent him there. Yeah? AJ rolled his ass up in a coffin, draped it in a Cameroonian flag, and sent his ass there. 100%. To Valhalla he travelled. Spark out like that. Super quick. Do you know how quick the speed of light is? Souls travel much quicker than the speed of light, people. The speed of light's what's the word? It's a concept that we understand. Souls are a whole different level. Instantaneous. AJ knocked the instantaneous consciousness out of his head. Yeah? No big oaf like this has their leg twisted out if they're conscious. Fact. Even the dude, what's that song called? Hey, Macarena. Is it the Macarena where you go really low and you kind of... 100%. AJ hit this dude so hard, yeah, he hit in the Macarena. He going well low. Yeah, I've seen 4-foot dudes who are super flexible. They can't Macarena like this guy be doing it. You know that one there where they bend their back and you kind of walk under a rope? That's what AJ had to do doing. But this guy is 6'7" oaf. AJ hit dude had this big 6'7", 300-pound looking ass hitting the Macarena to the floor. I've never seen it before. I've never seen someone be able to Macarena with their head touching the floor and their... Wow. Macarena inducing power, people. Yeah? Big dudes don't Macarena like this. They don't. It's almost physically impossible. The physics don't line up. His centre of gravity, it don't make no sense here. How can he be on his feet and his head almost touching the floor? AJ, no. Yeah? Only AJ can make a 6'7", 300-pound oaf Macarena like this. He'd be up at 100%. He'd be like, ooh, dancing underneath the line. I'm sure it's Macarena. They're the ones there where it's like a line, and you go underneath it, and you kind of, you try and bend. People try and walk forward whilst bending their back to go through it. Listen, the Guinness Book of Records need to put Francis Ngannou in there for being in the 250-pound Macarena division. Champion. He's a champion for sure. There's no 250-pound man on this earth who can Macarena like Ngannou does. It's quite actually fascinating to see. Stephen Hawkins is baffled as well. Stephen Hawkins didn't even know you could get that low. The physics don't line up, people. 6'7", 250 pounds, buff, no flexibility, and somehow he's defying gravity. Watch The Matrix. The Matrix isn't real. Neo isn't real. Watch when he's dodging them bullets and it's like doing the Chris Brown thing. Yeah? Even in the movies, they ain't getting that low. Yeah, when Neo's dodging the bullets, he ain't this low. His head ain't touching the floor, almost. Wow. But yeah, salute to Ngannou. Got a video coming soon. Where does he go next? In fact, no. I'll stop waffling, but yeah. Salute to Ngannou. He took his licks. He cracked some banter. It's a bit of a shame. He had some momentum. I didn't do a video on it, but he was clowning Fury. I loved that. And it's a bit of an oopsie, you know, innit? And it's not an oopsie, though. End of the day, Ngannou has every right to clown Fury. Why? Because Fury can't do none about it. Fury couldn't do none about it in the fight. Fury can't do none about it outside of the fight. He got punched up in the ring and put down, and outside the ring, he'd get dragged all over the floor. If Tyson Fury had any hair, Francis Ngannou would clean the floor with it. Fact. Yeah? And if anything, Fury won't rematch Ngannou now because the bar's set too high, and the chances are Fury's going to go in there with his no power having ass and go life and death 12 rounds. I think Fury would be able to make it easier for himself and probably win more rounds, like 8 rounds or 9 rounds, but he ain't going to knock Ngannou out unless AJ's fully popped his cherry. Sometimes when cherries are popped, it changes the physiological makeup of your whiskers. Yeah. Whiskers are very sensitive. They're full of nerve endings, and Ngannou's has been popped. So it's one of them. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, and like up the bell 100%. No doubt about this.